Do you love Warcraft 3? Have you lost your job, family, and home from donating to your favorite streamer asking for advice? Well, come on down to the WC3 Gym Discord server where we'll turn your beta noob ass into a shredded 50% pro player on US East or your money back guaranteed. Oh, come on down to the Warcraft 3 gym today. Oh, yeah.
Welcome, everybody. This is episode number 29 of the Tunnel Meeting. It's going to be a special gym. I guess we're going to talk what the gym Discord is exactly, and also gym newbie league. So I got 4 of the main guys, I guess, from that Discord and project.
The bosses.
Yeah, and
we run the show.
let's start with some introductions. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Let's start with Floss.
Gentlemen, name is Floss 2X Daily. Once for my teeth, the pearlies, once for the ladies, and then sometimes an additional one for my Mr. MK Salt. Pleasure to be here as always.
Baron.
Not much to say. I'm just Baron. I help out in GNL and Gym.
Sithrin.
Hey, I'm Sithrin, leader of Team Clutcher Kick, and Baron is the commissioner, so don't let him get by without anything.
Kaiser, do you even do anything?
Honestly, I just kind of have a gold tag in the Discord, but I just have to know Floss definitely rehearsed that, but I'm a washed
I was
up.
off the dome, homie. I can't help that. I'm a better improv comedian than you are.
I'm a washed up, never been 1700 undead player who's a captain of the Monkeys team. Hello, everyone.
All right, then let's get right into it. What is gym? What is the gym that everybody is talking about, or like we hear a lot about in the scene? At least if you're connected to, like, I guess W3 Champions or Warcraft eSport, we always hear about it. That it's like a server for newcomers. So perhaps Floss, you can begin and tell us what is gym, because I'm pretty sure it's more than just that. It's many things, right?
Yeah, so it started around 2017 by a member of the Discord named StopClick. He goes in and out, and we have about 5,000 members now. It is a place where people who love Warcraft 3 can come in, hang out, talk to friendly veterans, get replay analysis, ask for tips. We've compiled a lot of strategy guides. It's a place where you can play custom games. Baron will, I'm sure, talk about the website that he and some other members in Gym have put up to really compile a lot of the resources together. But it's a place where people who have a good attitude can come together to get better about the game. And we have a friendly heart towards new players. We encourage new players to come. So not a toxic place. We want people who've never played before to come, and we're not afraid to answer questions that have been asked 100 times before. And we love the game. You know, y'all have been at it. I'm new. I'm in the game for about 3-4 years. A lot of these people have been around for 17 years, but the point of Gym is to make sure that Warcraft 3 goes for another 17 years.
Kaiser, do you agree with that description? What is gym for you?
Well, I use it mostly to pass time while I'm working, but other than that, Floss is pretty accurate there. I like to think is relatively positive, depending on the channel you're visiting. We do have a designated bitching chamber, so if you like to whine and complain, we got a spot for you too, even, baby. I spend a lot of time there.
Baron?
Yeah, pretty much everything Floss said. The newest thing we've had is the website, which has been great. Sasha set it up for us. You know, we've wanted a website for a while, but none of us knew really how to go about doing that. Sasha came in, set it up for us, which has been awesome. It was originally we've been using it for GNL, and then we kind of realized we could also do tutorials and things like that. So we've been putting up build orders, creep patterns, and just anything we can get our hands on, really.
They say that our volume should go up, and that Kaiser has very luscious lips. Those are the 2 comments I picked up from chat.
I already raised you. I raised you again a bit now, so let me know in the chat, guys. Sithrin?
Yeah, I mean, emphasis on the idea that the gym is a non-toxic place, or an attempt to be a non-toxic place. Obviously, nobody's perfect, as we've all seen, but the goal is growth, and you know, if everybody was 2400 plus level, then there'd be no reason anybody would be there, you know.
And why is Nox there then? This Nox guy, he never writes anything positive.
I don't know. I
We
don't
said
have an
generally
answer for
positive.
that. Yeah, generally.
Is he on the Todd hit list now? Or how long has he been there?
I've blocked him for this guy for a long time. On the website, it says that there is 4,500 plus players. Is that accurate, or is that an old
We
number?
just went over. We just went over 5,000 actually. So we're a tad over 5 last I looked.
Okay. And like, do you know how many people are like truly active in that?
It's kind of hard to tell because, like, well, of course, there's not 5,000 people typing every day, but activity seems to spike with like a correlation with like GNL seasons. I'd probably guess that in all actuality, like people who read it and actively participate, I think a good estimate is probably around like 70 core people, but like tons of people still read it. Like I get tons of Discord DMs with like, hey, thanks for this guide that you posted, Kaiser. Like, hey, thanks for answering this question, stuff like that. So maybe they're just a little like shy and they're not actually typing in the channels, but there's definitely a lot of eyes there.
Yeah, during GNL, we'll get into it, but it's 6 teams, about 11 members, so that's 66. Then plus the 15 captains and coaches, that's 80 people that are here every single day, talking every single day. And then I would say that a similar amount of people that don't hang out in the Newbie League channel. So yeah, probably about 150 people that are in here reading every single day, typing every single day.
I could tell you this because there are some I just looked through Discord. There's some insights where it says that in the past week, it says the total amount of visitors is about 800.
Okay.
With 1,200 messages sent in the past week.
Yeah.
Excuse me, 12,000 messages sent in the past week.
But half of that was reptilian writing nonsense. So.
Yeah.
And at least a quarter is spamming the orc trash emote. That's a big part of it. We're united in our hatred of orc.
Baron, you talked a little bit about some of the tutorials. So can you guide me through, like, I went to the Learn tab here on the website, which is, by the way, warcraft-gym.com. And then, like, so can you talk to me a little bit about this? Because I know you're one of the guys that's been working on this, right?
Yeah, so you're at the Learn Warcraft. So this is how Sasha set it up. You can actually search for whatever you want in the little search bar. We got examples of Farseer headhunters, start with that. But you can put whatever you else want in there. It's not the best right now. We need more things, so, more things can be found. But right now we got a human section, a night elf, an orc, and an undead section below that. And then below that is creep routes and game mechanics. It's pretty self-explanatory. The creep routes are creep routes. Right now, we only have human and night elf. They're working on orc right now. Still waiting on undead. Narbu said he'd do undead, but he had some life stuff come up. So if any undead players out there that know their creep routes want to help out, that'd be great. Game mechanics is just general information, various things. We're always trying to update that with just the general things that every race should know. And then human, night elf, orc, and undead, that'll have your build orders. Gets updated as we get build orders. And then there's also just general things like base layout for undead, at least how to block a base, or the critters for undead, and AOW creeping for night elf and things like that. So it's really whatever we can get, whatever we think would be useful for the players.
Where is there a tutorial called Fighting Paladin Rifle as Undead? A no-hands guide by Kaiser.
Well, like I said, we'll do anything we can get our hands on.
I mean, Paladin is very strong versus bad undead, so he needed to teach them. I mean, you would never play Paladin versus undead, so it's not affecting you. It's the 1500 level people.
Yeah. And why does
requested?
Sorry, go ahead.
The most requested thing I get from the undead is, how do I beat Paladin Rifle? And I got tired of saying it every time, so put it in one thing.
Tell them, like I tell them on my stream, just do anything. Dude, what is this? Like, one of the only two tutorials for human is Mountain King 2 Barracks Footman Tower Rush. Was that liking this one or what?
I knew that was coming up. I knew that was coming up.
What the hell is going on here?
So
I've
Baron,
been harassing all the humans.
Yeah. Baron asks everyone, and every channel has been really great about giving guides, except for the humans, mainly because our shit's the most complicated. So we only gave them cheese.
But what kind of filth are you teaching the good people in? Like,
Oh, well, don't worry, because the Red Orc said he's going to do a guide on Paladin first versus Undead. So don't worry, we'll have three up soon. No, but
Paladin Footman versus Undead.
But in all seriousness, like Scription is or will be working on, I think it's a rifle caster tier 2 type build. I don't know exactly what he's working on, but it's something along those lines. And then I saw today, like on Carson's Theorycraft, he did what he calls the Noah Arcs build versus Night Elf, human versus Night Elf. So that'd be another build where if I can talk to Carson about it, that'd be awesome to put up. So hopefully I get a few more things for human. But it's really what, if humans want more up there, they got to send me some stuff. I'm not a human player.
Yeah. Be careful with Carlson though, because on one of the episodes of Theorycraft, he tried to tell us that the human should fast expand against Farsia Headhunter. So
yeah, it's a big no-no.
Yeah, that was a yikes from me. Okay, so anything else you guys want to talk about in terms of like GM overall, or do you want to start talking about GM Newbie League?
I think we touched on like the Warcraft aspect of it for like Jim, but I think that something that we don't really think about too is it's like if you play like a competitive game, really and you only do it by yourself, it's kind of in the words of Baron, I didn't really think of it this way until I started playing StarCraft myself. It's like a lonely experience sort of thing, where like you just kind of do your thing. But like I made a lot of good friends through Jim and like the Warcraft community and stuff like that. So if you ever want like a good place to just meet new people, drop out in the voice chat. Like I've got friends all around the world now. I'd say like I'm just hanging out in Jim while I'm working playing StarCraft 2, and then like Paz drops in and he talks to me how like his game development's going. I know that like Narbu, like my Polish friend, wants to go visit the Maldives someday. So the small stuff like that, it really is like a person thing. And even though I hate everyone here, I still love them. So yeah, drop it in, make some friends, and we got tons of people.
We're good about promoting each other too. Like if someone streams, we pack their stream. So if you like to stream and you want to get one viewer, hang out in the gym. And if you're remotely friendly and interesting, we'll pack your stream too. So, and Mr. Kaiser is the promoter.
Another point on that though, in the insights, like this was a slow week for us because GNL just ended, so a lot of people really take a break right after that because they do grind a lot for GNL. But like for total voice in the last week, Discord's telling us we have at about 10,000 minutes in total. So that's just people hanging out, and again, that's slow for us. So it really has become just a fun community to hang out with.
Oh yeah, we definitely should bring. That might even be the best part is how much people hang out in voice chat every night. I mean, we'll have like sometimes just 2, 3, sometimes 10, 15, but people stream their POV. There'll be cross games, like people playing different games, or there'll be a bunch of people watching one person doing coaching. You just hop in. It's just fun. Shoot the shit, make fun of each other, get mad about orcs and their tier 2 fortress or reinforced defenses.
Yeah, Floss just lost the monk right before we got on here. That was one of us, 10 of us in there.
I know. I was afraid that I was going to be cranky because I got my ass kicked by Monk so hard, and I was like, oh, but it's fine because Todd's beating.
I would rather lose to Monk than lose to Deuce. All right. Like
I turned in. I saw rifles and griffins, and I'm like, this can't be going good. Why did you have rifles and griffins? What happened?
I think against DK Expo, like you can go for like rifles like this, but yeah, I think I overmade griffins and Undead's fucking broken anyway.
I saw his chat at the end. He's like, that only works on Shallow Grave. Is DKX, but I never play Shallow Grave.
It's because he's running around killing peasants. Like he thinks it only works on this map because it's big and there's like many avenues that you can use. Yeah, actually, like I also experienced that. Like I joined GM one day and then at first I thought there was a lot of idiots, so I started blocking some people. I had to filter, like get rid of the weak-minded out there. But no, I hang out a bunch of times in some of the voice chat, and I thought it was pretty cool. Like there was a lot of friendly people that were streaming their games. I remember I coached somebody randomly. I mean, sometimes it was like 10 people, so it's hard to speak because everybody wants to speak and stuff. But also, I have streamed myself there sometimes, or I even did like a replay review a while back in one of the public channels with like one human player, and then at the end of one of the replays, I look and there was like 10 people in there watching and stuff. So people are definitely eager to like learn if they can. There is also there is like one channel per race, which I think is very important, where like people share advice. Like if you have any advice that you need to ask and you don't know who to ask, like you can ask there, and then people will answer you that play that race. And also you can share replays. Like I've shared my recent replays against Hitman and against Happy in that channel to try and help out people that might want to figure out how to play in those matchups.
Yeah, and I mean, it's great. Like having you there is just awesome. And it's not just you though for the humans. Like we've had Agent there for a long time, and most of us joke that Agent's a clown. He clowns around. It's always talking about stats and whatnot. But you ask a question about human, he'll probably first tell you to switch race, but then he'll actually give you a real answer on how to approach the issue if you can. But then the same for Night Elf. We got Cithrin over there. We got Ark. We got plenty of good people. Undead. Side, he's been around forever. We have Bizarre for Orc, so there's plenty of good players there too. It's not just new people or somewhat experienced players. Seiso's there, everyone.
And there's levels to this game too, which is what's really beautiful about it. You come in, you start at 1,000 MMR, and you can't believe how good a 1,200 MMR player is. And we have all the stratosphere. So I mean, Kaiser is what, a 1,700 player, which makes him top 10%. I mean, that's Cithrin also. But then we got folks like Todd who are literally top 0.0005% in the game. We got all the layers of the onion, and everyone's kind of nice.
Mostly.
Most.
All right, let's talk about Gym Newbie League then. What is Gym Newbie League? Like, who? I guess Floss, maybe you can open up. Like,
no, I should give all due respect to the commissioner.
Okay.
Baron is our third commissioner of the league, so.
Who's the first and second?
Mantelo is the first, I was the second, and all glory to our current commissioner.
No, I mean, it's been a group thing from the start. I think it started with me, Floss, Mantelo, Seth, then Hale, and I'm probably missing one other person I can't think of right off the top of my head. But there was a group of us, just admins, who in Warcraft 3 Info League recommended us to make a team, and we got our ass kicked. I think we got like 2 points, and that's because we had Hank on our team. So he got us some points. We got kicked out of the league real quick. And I remember I turned to basically Mantelo. I was like, why don't we make our own league for newbies? So we brought it to, like 5 minutes later to the rest of the admins, and they said, hell yeah, and we've done it since. So that's pretty much what it is. It's a league for newbies, started by newbies, but it's grown. We're going on to season 8 now, and it's a place where we separate you into teams. We look at your MMRs, and we put you on teams. Each team has a captain or 2 captains, but there's also floating coaches, which this season included people like Armin, Qbert, Hipposaurier, Seiso, Saron, Reset. I can keep going, but there's too many. There's like 25 of us. So there's always someone there to answer questions, and each week we give you a best of 3, or try and give you a best of 3, where we match you versus someone of similar skill level than you. So it should be pretty equal, and then you just train for your games. And it's really just a fun community as well. Again, it's kind of the fact that they got rid of all these clan channels when they switched over to the new Reforged, and we're kind of supplementing that. We're replacing that. So I don't even really care about the points. We always joke about that. No one really cares about the points. It's all about improving. And a lot of players really do improve. It's crazy to see how some of these players improve so much. So that's the basic gist of it.
And it's a great balance because the captains, the thing that we want to see, it's 9 1v1s per week. And we want to see like a row of 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, which shows that the matches were competitive. But it's a really nice balance of like wanting to win, striving to get better, competing against yourself, but also just grinding and enjoying the game. Like, people love GNL. When the season's over, they'll leave. They'll leave the Discord. Like, I'll see you back when GNL comes again. We have so many people that don't even play on ladder. They just grind custom games. And so you have no idea what their actual MMR is because they're not going to play W3C games. They just want to play with each other and have fun that way. It's just a real community.
And so how many players are within one season of GNL, and how long is one season? Like, I would love to hear all the details about this.
Well, let's let Sith and Kaiser get some airtime here.
Yeah, it's 6 teams of 14 players, or roughly 14 players each. So that'd be 84 players. And then we have a bullpen, we call it, which is like the waiting list. And that is usually probably about 5 to 15 people per season. So in total, you could give like a rough estimate of 100 players, and then you have the captains, and there's about 15 floating captains and coaches per season, from the likes of Kiberte or Say So, even to me and Baron and Kaiser. And then what else? It lasts for 6 weeks in total after the draft. So there's a 1 week of prep where we encourage the team to play in-house games among each other so that they can kind of decide the pecking order of the team. And then there's 5 official league weeks where these matchups happen between teams.
And the thing is, we do separate everyone into teams, but like everyone helps each other. You know, sometimes
Right.
it's like, oh, you're playing my team. I'm not gonna help you this week. Maybe not with the captains. Captains all help everyone, but like, you know, player wise, someone may be like, no, you're playing my team. I'm not gonna help you this week. You know, get a little competitive. But for the most part, everyone helps everyone, and you know, it's just a place to improve. It's just for fun.
Yeah, we've even had people be like, can I scrimmage against my opponent for like the first 6 days of the week so that we can then know each other when we play our series? And we're like, sure. I don't know why you would, I don't know why you would do that, but go for it.
So who do you think gym is best for? Really anybody that plays Warcraft 3, but would you recommend it mostly for like a low level player to try and improve, or you think like everybody should be welcome, I guess?
It's honestly more personality than skill level, because we have literally the lowest MMR player on the ladder, and then we have you inside, like the highest level, and everything in between. The thing that's most important is being friendly, being willing to grind, and just not being a bitch, basically. Although we do allow some assholes in because we're tolerant people, and sometimes they can be funny, but be friendly. That's the best thing you can do.
Any plans to expand or change the format if there is like more of a demand from like players to actually play, or like the 15 that get on the waiting list and that don't get to play the season? Do you prioritize them being allowed to play next season, or like what are the plans around that?
It's a very just like a feel for it sort of thing. Like if we see them active in like the channels and stuff like that, it's not like a first come first serve. It's like very subjective and rigged, to be honest, much like the rest of the league. But like if we see someone's like, hey, you want to go play, and like they're looking for game channel or something like that, we pick them up. As far as expansion, I think that with like the waiting list, if we have more people sign up, which probably will, because like Back to Warcraft's been helping us get exposure and stuff like that, and you having us on here, stuff like that, just get as many people in the community as we can involved. Probably would have to. I'd imagine that the 2 captains per team wouldn't necessarily be needed. We just do 1 per team and go from there. As far as like the points and stuff, like no one really cares about those, so we can figure out a system for that, but definitely got room for more people.
Yeah, I mean, we could certainly either just expand the teams, either the number of teams or the number of players per team, so we could easily go to 8 teams, I think. Though maybe we'd have to go 1 more week. I'm not sure exactly with the Swiss format where everybody plays everybody at least once, or every team plays each team once. So we might have to take a look into that, or we could just expand the number of players per team and then expand the number of games per week as well. So we are taking that into consideration as well.
Personally, I like every team plays each other once. So for 6 teams, it's really only a 5-week season, because the only thing that ruins GNL is flakiness, because we put a lot of onus on the players to schedule their own matches. We give you the matchups, but then the players find their own times to play. So it just sucks when you've been training all week to play against someone and your opponent's like, nah, dude, sorry, I can't play, and that's just done. So that's we'll drop you and bring people up from the wait list pretty fast. Like, we put a premium on being reliable and punctual. And having short seasons, 5 weeks, is the best way to ensure that everyone stays super jazzed up the whole time. So yeah, we've talked about having playoffs. We've talked about playing every team twice, and we have experimented with different formats and different seasons. And we've found that if a season goes longer, it's just scheduling becomes harder, and we want hype to stay strong the whole time, which again, it does for 95% of the player base, but it only takes a few people to ruin an experience, which is again why we want the Discord writ large to be positive, but also GNL, especially GNL, focus on improvement, friendliness, and respect for the game and your opponent.
Yeah, that's the other reason waiting list isn't like, it sounds horrible being on the waiting list, and I know people are always disappointed, but I say it at the beginning of every season, like, be active. We're looking for the active players because, like Floss just said, we're replacing the people that flaked out, that just left. We don't want to replace someone with another flake. So we look for the most active people, and inevitably, 1 or 2 people at the beginning of the season, even up to like 5 or 6, right off the first week are gone. And we got to replace them right away. So being on the waiting list sounds horrible, but they get off it pretty quick for the most part. And if they don't, they can still play, they can still train with us. They just don't get a best of 3 every week, but the coaches are still there. They got their own channel. They can train.
Chad asked about an MMR cap. If
Yeah.
someone wants to ask about that.
So we don't really have an MMR cap per se, but it's like a very soft, flexible one, so to speak. Probably about like 1,700 or so is where we kind of like start to think, are they like, should they be competing? But we introduced some higher MMR players, like we had AKM this season play, for example. For his first tournament play ever, actually, it was really awesome for him to participate in that. But yeah, it's a pretty high cap, honestly. If you're playing at like the 90th or 10th percentile level, like, it's pretty good. However much you want to learn is pretty much based entirely on how active you want to be. I can't emphasize that enough. If you want to consume Warcraft literally all day, there's someone in the voice chat. There you can talk all day with the time zones and stuff. Bound to have an answer from someone who knows something.
Yeah.
And
The
if you're
median MMR has increased every season too, because we have a lot of
Yeah.
returning players, and improvement is real. So, say season 1 and season 2, the big chunk of players was in the 1,300 level probably, and now I'm telling people the main chunk of players in the 1,300 level, and the truth is most of these players are like 1,500, 1,600 level. We still have a place obviously for 1,200 and 1,000ers, but that you come to GNL, you will get better. But the reason I bring that up is we have the cap of 1,700, so we'll have like 1,700 per team, but we're not going to fight them versus a 1,500er. We're only going to put them in if we can find them versus another 1,700 on the other team.
Yeah.
We look for equal competitive matches.
And the
And
other
just
thing
for-
I'll just say real quick, like if you're above that, and you can still sign up, and then if you don't get in, we always say, you can still help out, you can still be there, you can still train. I mean, you can still ask Hubert if you're an undead player, how do you do this, or say so, how do you do this, and they'll respond to you. You don't actually have to be in GNL. You could even be a captain. I mean, I can't tell you. There's plenty of captains who go to other captains who are higher MMR and go, can you help me with this? Like Lucker was so happy when Armin signed up. Lucker's not a bad orc, but Armin's a better orc. I mean, he'll admit that.
Lucker hit 1,700, or did he hit 1,800? No, what was he? He was happy that he got adept. That's what he was happy about.
But Armin's a
Badass.
captain,
master.
or because he's not listed here.
Armin is a floating coach for this season. He kind of came in late, and now we also have Alex Chen as a floating coach because he also came in late. But I think the intent is for Armin to be a captain next season.
Okay.
We have that. I posted that image in our chat for this of all the coaches that participated for season 7.
And just to kind of hammer home on like the improvement thing too, like I started playing the game on Battle.net, and then I got Lich Tower Rush when I was playing Orc, and then they invited me to the gym Discord, and I started taking the game a bit more serious with like the first season of GNL where Mantle was my captain. I'm probably like 900 MMR max, but we're 1,700 now. So if you take it seriously enough, well, it's serious. It's a game, of course. Have fun with it. Ask the right questions, hang out with the right people. You'll bound to get better. Hang out with like the best, become the best.
Who do you think is like the player that joins gym as like a not so good player and then suddenly became like really good? If you can think of one.
Kaiser's a top 10%. Kaiser's a good.
I think that in terms,
example of
like,
that.
not to toot my own horn, I think that in terms of like time played, I think that I'd probably the best example of that, because I came completely new. I never played an RTS before or anything like that, and just by like hanging out, like getting more involved with the community, like some of my first viewers, because when I stream as well, like was like Bizarre, Reptilian, and like just these guys, like leagues better than me even now, still like got me more and more into the game, and yeah, I think that the Slytherin even maybe, I don't know your history with the game or anything, but
Yeah, I played a lot of custom games for 17 years, and then I decided to get into Melee 2 years ago. But I started in gym because Carson invited me into gym when I was like 1200 or rough equivalent, and then now I'm 1700. So it's not surprising to me when I see people jump to even 3, sometimes 400 MMR. Like Grinchy.
Within
Yeah,
how
Grinch
much
is
time,
a
you mean?
Grinch. Bidu too.
Within a season or two.
I mean, we can
just
talk.
practicing.
What about this season? I mean, 2 people I can think off the top of my head is like, one is Buzzkill.
Yeah, I was
What was he at, like 800 at the start or something? Now he's 1200, 1300, or I don't even know where he is currently. He's gone up. The same with a guy named Janny, who is on my team, and I'm not taking credit for this or something because he's from Europe. He was playing whenever I was at work, but the whole idea is to get you motivated to start playing. And yeah, if you need help, we're there to help you. But it's all on them, you know. It's just we're the motivators. We'll give you the tips, you know. Buzzkill's always asking the Night Elf group, because there's a lot of them, how to get better, and it shows just from this season alone.
If you scroll down statistics, you can see their MMR over time. So let's see if Baron was telling the truth there. Yeah, look at that. That's a nice climb.
Yeah.
No, you gotta, not even that. If you look at his last season MMR compared to this season, because we started this season, our GNL season started the same time as this. Look at what his MMR was last season. It was like 800.
Then he went up, and then like he started meeting undeads here. Like
Yeah.
I lost your camera, by the way, Floss.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can figure it.
I exited the full screen to show the photo. But yeah, like a lot of familiar faces. I kind of like watching the groups like this, or like the teams rather. Like, I think we know a lot of these guys, like Firehall. Is one guy that like.
Yeah, man. If you're in the scene, you're probably going to be in gym. Like, come on, dude. Grinch is a straight up celeb. Kaiser's the most famous person in Warcraft 3. Let's go. These are gym staples.
Exactly.
Citron's got a sword.
I'm number
bro.
one.
Hey, Bidu's in. I think it's really cool that Bidu's playing as well. Like Patrician, another streamer as well, who dresses very interestingly.
Yeah.
Tori is in there as well, I see.
Bidu started about 1000 MMR, couldn't even beat like the computer, and now he's 1450, 1500 solid, about there. Same with Grinchy. Grinchy was about 1100 as well, if I recall, and now he's about 1550. And when he plays best of threes, he can take maps off of 1600 players.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you just got to ask for help. We're not gonna like know you need help. You know, like if you're just sitting there quietly, we let you sit there quietly because some people just want to do their own thing. But if you ask us for help, we will give you help in any way we can, or we'll tell you go talk to this guy who can actually help you. If I can't answer like a specific human question, if you're already 1700 MMR human, I'm probably not the person to ask. You know, I can help the lower level humans, but maybe not 1700.
It's like a really personalized like learning experience too. Like if you're friends with someone, like I hung out with Paquito earlier today, loaded up a ToD replay versus Mikhail, and just like, okay, like I'm trying to teach him how to learn so he can do it on his own too, sort of thing. And I was like, all right, what's ToD thinking here other than Undead's Imba? Like, what's his next choice?
Nothing
that
else.
Kind of thing.
Actually, and I lost that game. Why are you putting
what
this
else do you need?
to teach a human?
Well, he's teaching an undead player probably.
No, that's Paquito's a human player.
Paquito, yeah. Paquito.
How dare you? I got your camera back.
Oh, we should shout out ToD because I mean, I don't know if you're going to do it again, and I'm not pressuring you at all, but the last few seasons, ToD, by the pure no one asking, he just offered. He's like, hey, whoever wins, I will do a coaching session with that team. And he gives, I mean, what's your rates, dude? Like 40 an hour? It's high up there. He'll give us 2-3 hours for free just watching our replays through and through. It's giving back to the community. It feels good, baby.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I try sometimes to just give some advice or replays and stuff, or even watch some games. I think it also, personally, I feel like it helps me when I coach people to like understand some things. I think it's like that for many things, like for poker as well. I always hear from good poker players that when they coach, they also like kind of like work on themselves and their own game.
Yeah, and that's legit. I mean, you get people like, I think the reason why I got better I started being a coach at like 1500 MMR, which, you know, I at that point was still basically a player for GNL. And then being able to coach people helped me understand the game so much better. And now 1700, I think last season I was 1761. So up and up and up.
I would like to look at
season, something like crazy like that as a captain. But as I was saying, so you have 9 1v1s per week. If you win, it's a best of 3. If you win 2-0, you get 3 points. If you win 2-1, you get 2 points. The opponent gets 1, and then it flips the other way around. And so if you have 9 1v1s, that's 27 total points. So 14 points will win the week. And it's just whoever has the most points at the end of the season. So we like to tell our players, it's, you know, because people take this seriously. They'll come back into a channel and just be totally down if they lose a match or if they dogged a match, something like that. And we really try and stress that it's about improvement, having fun, it's the process. But also, like, what I care about is just get points, man. Just get 1 point. So you take one game down, just bring points to your team, because you don't need to win the match. You just need to have the most points at the end of the season.
Yeah, but it's really encouraging when I see, like, in the team chats, you'll see somebody being down on themselves because they lost a game or something, and they're not complaining, but they're talking down on themselves. And then you get like all of the captains just like pumping them up and just being like, man, I mean, yeah, you messed up here, but you crept great. You know, your creep route was solid and everything looked good there. And just like the micro in the game or the micro in the end game fights was tough. And we've all lost games in the end game due to poor micro. You know, stuff like that.
Okay. I think we've covered most stuff. Is there anything you guys feel like you should be adding or like something you wanted to talk about?
Well, we should tease the next season. Our plan is to take, what month are we in? September? Take September off, open up signups October 1st. So join the Discord. We'll keep up signups for a week or two. And then we will do the draft where all the captains get together and choose teams. People are always begging us to stream it. My answer to that is always no, because we shit on people real hard. So we're not gonna share that because we like to keep things positive. And then we should probably get started playing. I mean, the commissioner makes the final call, so maybe 3rd week of October we'll get things started. So join the gym Discord, hang out.
And there is a long break now for that, so people have time to do that.
Yeah, we like to take at least a month or 2 break after each season because there's some cups and like 1v1 tournaments that we like to do after each season, and then it's just good for people to recharge too, because we did one season where we like went straight into the next season right after, and people got pretty burnt out pretty quick because they take it very seriously. But glory to the cock.
But that's not to say, again, we're like, literally we just said before, while Todd was playing his game, Floss was playing Monk, and there was about 10 people sitting there, and, you know, they're talking about the game afterwards, so we're all still training. And if you really want a league, I can throw this one out there, the Fountain of Manor. It's going to be more NA-based, but I think they're picking their teams, or not picking the teams, they're making the leagues. I think it, and don't quote me exactly, it's either September 10th or September 11th, and they will do that live, apparently. But then they're going to start a league, which probably will last right until around when our new season goes live. So definitely join that, you know. And then, like always, I think it's just like with Washed Up League, people will be in gym training for it too. So, you know,
yeah, September 10th
always
is
starts.
the cutoff. That's Pokey and Grinch's league, right? I don't know who else maintains that.
Yeah, and that's another great thing to talk about is, like, really quick, is the fact that GNL isn't just for GNL. It's not just for getting better for playing against other gym people. You have so many people who prep for RBTV league matches, or they prep for Woo League matches, and they prep for anything. You know, we get people doing replay reviews for some other 1v1 thing that's happening this weekend, you know, like a Night Elf only thing that happened for Ukrainians only. We had people prepping for that, and it's a great community.
All right. Then the only thing left to do is some shout-outs. I want you guys, actually, we're going to make those shout-outs a little special. I want you to name as many people that you feel like you should shout out as you can. I mean, you don't have to, but I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun, like if you name, like, I don't know, if you can somehow remember like 50 people or something, right? You absolutely don't have to. If you want to be like, shout out to everybody to hang out with the team.
Easy, bro, easy. I mean, let's just start. Let's start with who's in chat. Want to, Hipposaur. I mean, we got mad people in there. Bidu's in chat. Carson, the Grinch, Buzzkill. I could go down my team. I mean, did I say Want to yet? Because that dude is the lad. He's always streaming. I mean, I could keep going, but someone hop in.
Like, I mean, yeah, it means you guys really, like, we're abandoned by Blizzard, so keeping our favorite game of lives up to us. We got Todd for staying up till 6, 7 in the morning for us. We got Slytherin for Slytherin. We got Floss, Baron, Side, Cuberte, Monk, The Grinch, Freeman, Remote, Narbu, Baron, Bidu, I think I said already, but we had Neo, Remo. Take it away, Slytherin. Let's go. Name everyone in the community now.
I'd like to thank my mother. I'd like to thank my father, my best friend Bronson, Sasha, who helped create the website. Sasha really, like, he spearheaded that. There were other guys who worked on it too, obviously, but it was really Sasha's pet project and passion project. So thank God for Sasha. So many props to Sasha, and I know to everybody else who worked on the website too. I'm losing all the names, but shout out to Paz, who is my fellow Night Elf god. Thank you, Ark, for saving my life and helping me beat undead players and human players.
Help me say so.
Orc players, you know, that was already easy enough. Shout out to Remo and Neo too.
And Remo's actually not in Gym, but Neo is.
Yeah, Neo is. Neo's an admin in Gym. Shout out to, and then obviously Bidu, Carson, and Todd. And new hero Masuda, the greatest admin.
Blessed be the trifecta of power of Paz, Cuberte,
Sure.
Phonix, and Narbu, who merged consciousness there. I'm also bad at counting.
Same.
Yeah, trifecta.
And shout out to my team, Clutch or Kick, the Cox.
Oh,
Alerted
yes.
Cock.
Baron, did you go?
Brother?
I think they got everyone, so I'll just end it with shout out to Takashiro Shugo, another admin who's been here forever, but we actually don't remember who he is.
All right. Well, you know, I asked you guys to give like shout out to everybody, but I want to give you also a chance to say a last few words. You can plug your Twitter or whatever it is, your YouTube if you want to, your Twitch. So let's do that, like a final word from each of you. Let's go first with Loss.
Well, come play on the W3 Champions. That's what I'll shout out. W3 Champions Team Discord is our Discord. Come to the Gym Discord. Come hang out. And let's go hang out in voice chat after this. I'm not going to bed. Let's play some more games. Peace.
Baron.
If you want to help out with the site in any way, if you got some build you want to give, especially for humans or Night Elf, we're lacking on that, or creep routes, whatever, hit me up. If you want to help coach next season or captain, we're always looking for people. You know, if you want to play, hell yeah, come on in. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I do every Saturday King of the Hills if people want to do that. You know, there's always something going on. We have one bracket that's 1,500 to 1,700, and then 1,500 and below. It's just, you know, just a place to hang out on Saturdays. So, yeah, that'll be this Saturday too.
Oh yeah, just one more thing, Floss. Now you guys are showing some games on Back to Warcraft, right? I don't think we talked about that.
Yes.
Yeah, Bidu said he wanted to give us a little more exposure, so thanks to Bidu. Bidu been doing Tuesdays, and then Neo has been doing Thursday lead-ins to Theorycraft.
So it's 5 and 5 matches also? Like it's 5, 6? What is it?
Yeah, however many people can sign up for that slot. So if you want to play in front of 500, 600, 1,000 people, GNL will get you there. You want to be a 1,400 player getting stomped in front of 1,600 people? Make it happen.
Kaiser?
Yeah, I stream once in a while. A little busy with school, and I'm moving to the other side of the planet, so my motivation to stream is kind of low. But check me out there if you want. And I'm really active in the gym Discord too. I know I've been talking about that for about an hour and a half now, but that's where I am. So if you want more of me, you know where it is.
We do.
Sithrin?
I occasionally stream at Sithrin or twitch.tv/SithrinWC3. My Twitter handle is @SithrinWC3. Obviously, say hello to me in Gym Discord. I'm the friendliest guy. I will talk to you. And it's a little preemptive, but I'm releasing an album in probably 5 months, hopefully 3 months, but maybe 5. And that will be The Bluebird is the name of the album.
Right, sounds good. Let us know more about it later on. Thank you so much, guys.
Will do.
I wish you a great night. Much love to you all, and hopefully we can get more people into gym, having some fun, and playing some War 3, a game that I love, but also absolutely hate. See you guys later.
Hungers.
Thanks for the shine, Todd. Really appreciate it.
Laters, guys.
Thanks, man.
See ya.
Do you love Warcraft 3? Have you lost your job, family, and home from donating to your favorite streamer asking for advice? Well, come on down to the WC3 Gym Discord server where we'll turn your beta noob ass into a shredded 50% pro player on US East or your money back guaranteed.
Oh, come on down to the Warcraft 3 gym today. Oh, yeah.